What's up, Dip Nation? It's Monday. My name's Dave. I'm going to host the Too Much Dip podcast. That's what you tuned into. Hopefully you've subscribed. This is no accident. Speaking of accidents, it's no accident that KJ's here today in person in the studio.
I like to say life is a beautiful accident sometimes. So I appreciate you reminding me of that mantra.
Dude, that's something that like we need to remind ourselves as like a nation, as like humans.
I was going to get it tattooed on my back left shoulder in Hindu, but my
cool.
tattoo artist passed away when trying to climb Mount Everest. Really screwed up with the pronunciation of one word.
What is this reference?
I don't know.
Sorry to hear about your tattoo artist.
Well, life is a terrible accident.
Not only was this
Beautiful
your
accident.
tattoo artist, your tattoo artist presumably tried to scale Everest.
And passed away in the process.
It's a sports tie-in. It is
Yeah.
a sport. Extreme sport.
I'm just trying to see if I can't come up with my own screenplay. I don't know if you guys are aware. Movies are in right now. So any of these ideas that you like what you hear, let me know. I can, maybe scribble up a screenplay, see if we can go somewhere.
KJ is just all over the map right now.
The voice you hear is one Slappy Gilmore himself. It's Dylan.
You know, it's weird. This is a sports podcast.
Right.
I'm looking over the rundown. I glance. I may have missed it, but I don't see anything on here about Parks Shivery going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and earning Player of the Game honors in his matchup against the Angels. So I don't know. Are we talking sports? What are we doing here?
I just want to.
What are we doing?
Reminder that you do have access to the rundown and
I
editing
just,
abilities.
I just feel like you guys would have done that on your own.
I
But
just didn't feel like it was my place.
Not a huge deal.
Well, you didn't share the box score with us.
I give you his stat line in my Instagram post, which you'll be able to find at @dshivery on Instagram. 4 E's. Right. Uncut Joms.
Uncle Jim. It's ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Uncle Jim.
I tried aggressively to teach my son how to say Uncut Gems before a birthday party yesterday.
Good dad.
He's hitting the guts out of the ball, man.
I want to hear more about this party.
Well, before we get to that, I feel a little, there's a little dishonesty here. I'm pretty sure we sat down and pulled up baseballreferencestats.com earlier, and I went through a whole dialogue with Dylan about Parks' war. We were talking about
KJ gets credit. He's
Parks
a good
plus
friend.
category.
What's your deal, man?
Look, Parks can't do anything against the shift. He's got to learn to pull it.
Okay.
More on that. Probably not next week.
You need to teach him this.
Something I've learned about watching 6 and 7-year-olds play baseball is that if you put the ball in play, you are getting on base.
Are they allowed to bunt? They can't bunt at this stage, right?
I don't think they're allowed to bunt.
Even though a lot of the hits appear to be bunts.
Right. Yeah. They don't pack a lot of power in their perfectly tiny little arms at that age. But they're having fun.
Do you see any efforts to kind of recreate what kids see in like the major leagues or college baseball at that age? Because I feel like if you go to youth basketball, you see a lot of people trying to just pull up from 40 feet out, and it goes nowhere near the rim.
No, but Parks, who's not a big gum guy,
Okay.
he chews fat wads when he plays Little League Baseball. So,
I got him some big league chew with his birthday gift. Did he ever chew that up?
Maybe that probably went home with his mom. So I would have to check in with her. But he chews gum, and it could be that.
That is
just fat ass wads. Man.
It's actually, but to be clear, mine was the big league chew 18 and up version that does actually have real tobacco in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that might be why he's getting dialed in at the plate.
Okay.
My brain is still blown from the fact that pretend chewing tobacco or chaw was just an absolute thing.
It's a better time. You're right.
And I know candy cigarettes were a thing before that. And, maybe it's not so PC if you go look at the labels on Cherry Clan.
Oh,
But
wait, Cherry Clan?
CLAN.
I'm not even familiar
They're
with
kind of like cherry sours, except for slightly harder.
Love cherry sours,
but
dog.
they have essentially little pieces of candy wearing rice patty hats. And it's quite offensive.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is up there with the first 5 minutes of The Pest, 1997, John Leguizamo.
He's going to graduate the sunflower seeds at some point, which was what I was a big fan of in my playing days. I wasn't a big tobacco guy, but I would take the most sunflower seeds I could possibly fit in my mouth, and I would just big old hog of seeds
Just
in there.
a big old hog.
And I would finish them about fourth inning, and I would reload and just go out there again.
Top 3 things that kept me out of baseball: talent, interest, and how dirty the dugouts were, just littered with sunflower seeds. It just was revolting.
I was a cause of a lot of that.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Even no matter what age or what style of baseball, you go to any adult pitch, softball, wherever. I don't care. If you see a dugout, shit's dirty as hell. Makes no sense.
Yeah, dugouts are inherently dirty.
I can't rock with that. I don't mess with Texas enough to do that.
Now, KJ, you were telling us earlier you support Will Smith. Can you kind of give us a little bit more on why you thought that was acceptable?
Violence is the answer, huh?
Yeah. Last night was electric. Obviously, I'll hear more about it on Circling Back, as should you if you have not already listened. But I will say the group chat was an absolute scene. And shame on David and I both for trying to test the waters. Be like, is anybody else watching this?
I was not.
Timidly. Not a lot of people were tuned in. But I went immediately. I was copy and pasting the same 2 or 3 videos and links to tweets to 4 or 5 different group texts. In the moment, I have to say, my thought was, what the fuck, Will? You can't do that. I probably should still say that, as the father of a child, father of children here very soon, and a hashtag girl dad here very soon.
Ooh,
so I probably shouldn't be pro-violence. But before even seeing the tweets about alopecia, I did say the only out here is if for some reason or somehow Jada is going through some sort of medical treatment. Alopecia, I'd prefer that as opposed to cancer treatment. But
thank you for.
I'm just saying.
It's KJ.
I'm ranking. I'm giving you my mock
KJ's
draft.
Disease preferences.
Yeah, he thinks cancer
What's
is
on
worse
the big
than
board?
alopecia.
Autoimmune disease
still on
is checking
your
in
board?
well below cancer. But yeah, what I don't want to see and I haven't seen is the Chris Rock apology. I'd rather just feel the tension of seeing the events in which they're both in the same place together for the next 5 years.
Wait, has he apologized?
I don't think so. I
Good.
hope not.
I hope he doesn't.
No, he shouldn't have.
He will, but I hope he doesn't.
Nah.
Man.
Only because I feel like if you watched Will's acceptance speech when he won 30 minutes later, oddly,
The first 30 minutes of it or the second 30 minutes of the
okay,
speech?
yeah, it's, they really let him go. Overused joke was what? The symphony doesn't want to play him off. They're scared.
Well,
yeah.
His speech was pretty insufferable.
It was one of the worst. I like how he weaved it together in a way that kind of paralleled the incident, and it just didn't make a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, he's a vessel for love, and I don't really see why you guys don't like that.
Extremely self-righteous.
Are you a vessel for love? What are you a vessel for?
Yeah, of course. Everyone knows that about me. That's kind of common sense at this point. But he wasn't making a ton of sense during that speech. Talking about how because of the role in the movie he was playing, he was protecting the 2 young actresses, which that didn't connect for me from what? I don't really understand.
as a sports pod and 3 guys who definitely did not see King Richard.
What?
I'm not going to say we should have. I don't know. I assume he was trying to connect the dots, but that certainly screamed. We were talking Russell Wilson before this. That's a Russell Wilson at the ESPYs type speech. If Russell Wilson, I guess he's never gotten the MVP. So let Russell Wilson get an MVP vote and Tracy Morgan to be hosting. And right before they give him an award, Tracy Morgan starts rapping Future lyrics. I don't think Russell Wilson will do anything in the moment.
I don't think he's built
that
like
he
that.
would, take it upon himself to like make what is an award to a person all about himself in a weird way. But it just, all of those acceptance speeches were kind of trained to be like, they're so selfless and they think all these other people. And Will went to some meta level of like,
It was bad.
life imitates art. I thought the first like 5 minutes of it, if it was 10 minutes long, I thought the first 5,
I think it was 5.5 ish.
if he could have landed the plane 5 minutes in, he would have landed it with enough of like, you know what? Clearly the guy just hadn't had his thoughts straight, whatever. We know he's kind of a psychopath in a lot of ways, but strange things happen when you watch your wife bang a lot of other men for like years and years and years and you can't do anything about it. So I don't know.
Thanks for bringing that up. Where do you guys stand on open relationships?
Hey, whatever you decide to do, as long as there's open communication, everybody's on board with it. Talk your way through it. Then I'm fine with it. I myself don't participate.
Right.
Yeah.
KJ, go ahead.
We'll get more into the other subject later, but I recently was looking at a social media page in which somebody had asked the community, hey, do we know if there's a poly community here? To which I then went on to learn what they were talking about, like polyamorous, in which, open relationships are the basis of.
You were thinking Polynesian, weren't you?
I was thinking polyphonic. Like,
okay.
Just big fucking polyphonic spree heads.
It's a bunch of dudes in robes. Okay.
But I was like, okay, so people are out there really doing this. I'm like, I don't have the attention span for it. Or maybe I do. Who knows? I don't keep 2 tabs open.
It's probably for the best you're not moving here.
Oh, dang, dude.
It's just a bit.
You're spoiling the lead here.
Shit, sorry.
But
there's a big poly community here.
There's a big poly community elsewhere.
Why
Why do you think David has so many pineapples in his kitchen at home? He can't stop buying them.
No, I just have the hood ornament on my vehicle.
You still rock the lot lizard sticker on the back of your
That's
car?
the second lot lizard reference of the day.
Yes, I love bingo. I wasn't here for the
You know what that is,
today.
Dylan?
I don't know what a lot lizard is.
All right, go ahead, KJ.
As a person who grew up listening to Loveline and other like adult content on talk radio, I know way too much about some random perv shit. Lot lizards certainly up there. Truckers, I believe, would traverse the country, stop at truck stops, if you will, ironic, and ladies of the night would frequent said truck stops.
They're lot lizards.
You would call them that, but to kind of signify like, hey, I'm certainly open for business for this. Like,
They walk around with like a guan on a leash or something.
yeah, that too. That's a different take.
No.
But you would just have a sticker on the side of the cab of your truck to be like, hey, come knock on my door. I could use some company.
You guys know for about 3 years, I had that was a fail venture, but it was a food truck, Lot Gizzards. And we would basically fry up and serve gizzards to truck drivers. And it did pretty well.
Just
but
a gizzard?
Just a gizzard.
That's gross.
Yeah.
We show our regional bias a lot, but I am praying there's at least 2 to 5 listeners out there that are having to search gizzards. We shouldn't tell them, but I want to know that they're having that experience, that they're going to go Google gizzards to figure out what the fuck David's talking
Tell me
about.
you've never been to Williams Chicken without telling me.
Oh, anyhow, we're so far off track. In short, Will Smith shouldn't be arrested. How about that? I do agree with whoever tweeted that they should, and I think it was a Chrissy Teigen. So shout out to Will Smith
epic
for
and viral.
bringing Chrissy Teigen back from Twitter deadness. I know we all love that.
Yeah,
Undertaker.gif.
Yay, Chrissy's back.
Okay. Weekend guys trip, just you and Russell Wilson, or you exclusively have to read Chrissy Teigen's tweets out loud for 1 month.
For a month?
You're going on the guys trip, even if it is Russ.
I thought when doing the podcast, you've got to do a whole segment of just catching everyone up on what Chrissy's tweeting.
We're in the hotel lobby, just like simulating a 2 minute drill. Like, hey, let's go kill an hour, Russ.
He's the liver king of the NFL, isn't he?
That's the most accurate thing anyone's ever said.
Wow.
Him and JJ Watt would probably be the liver king and whatever the other guy is. We're all doing an experiment.
Speaking of slaps, the boys were slapping the ball around Austin Country Club. Huh?
I saw you fellas.
They sure were.
Had a whole weekend at Dell Match play. First question, are there any pennies heading back to the future studio? Because I see 3 that adorn the wall here. with all of your handles are pretty mega tight.
We didn't get any new ones, if that's what you're asking.
Any new swag? What was the swag section? Is what I'm
we
asking
did
about.
get swag. So we got this. We at the media day, the golf outing we did, and we got this little leather duffel bag, which is kind of sick. If you put if you want to keep like a toolie in there or something like that.
Okay.
A weapon. He's saying a gun, maybe a pistol.
Quick aside, as someone who's gone on like their third or fourth golf venture recently with you fellas, actually, what is the bag of choice to not like where do you put your shoes and all the other bullshit? Like, do people just bring backpacks in, or do you have like a dot bag type situation
Into where?
In a travel situation,
like from your car into the locker room?
Nah, you just
clubhouse. Like
I throw mine in my golf bag.
I change shoes before I leave the parking lot
Right.
and walk into the course. I change shoes there.
You drop your bag at whatever they call that space, and
if
then
they
you park?
have it, I mean, most places I play, man, I carry my own clothes.
Okay.
Dave and I also went to a
Country guy.
South by event hosted by the tour, and we got a couple swag bag there, a couple Yeti Ramblers. You hear about these things?
Double walled
Kendra
insulation.
Scott jewelry, earrings.
Yes.
Tell her I said hi.
We got Tito's
Hey.
vodka.
Okay.
You hear about this vodka? Some
triple
other
distilled.
just like super dope shit in there. I don't know.
Black golf balls.
Black golf balls that will be very easy to find once you hit them into the woods.
Night golf exclusive.
Might as well be green or camouflage.
But we did get black golf
We got
balls, and
black
I was
golf
just
balls.
like,
They're matte black too, not even
Okay.
shiny.
they're pretty dope looking. I gotta
They're
say,
pretty dope.
I don't want to expose who gave them to you, but do you feel like the company has enough clout to like get away with being like, hey, this was the bit we decided? Because some marketing intern went with this option and has never.
Yeah.
And they were Volvic. How you say that brand? They sponsored the long drive competitions.
Okay.
They're Volvic, I think.
Volvic.
I'm in
But
on that.
it's dangerously close to something else.
Volva.
Volvo, of course.
Vulva.
What?
The female
Jesus.
sex organ.
Oh, that band, the Mars Volva. He has no idea that it's even a band. So
it's coming over my head now. We went to the
hardly
Dell
even
Match
know what
play
they
though,
do.
and it was quite fun. Austin Country Club. They do a great job, man. It really is just like a lot of fun to go to that tournament.
How many more years we got on the
One.
Oh, is it getting moved around or?
So it's going to be quite contentious, but the members of the club vote to approve the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The first year, it was like 92-8 for the first 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Some people didn't like it because they can't use the course for like a month and a half out of the year. So the second time voting around, they extended it, but it passed like 63 to 37. That math adds up, right? Yep. So it's getting closer. So now they're about to vote on it again for another 4-year extension. And I think some more people are a little on the fence.
I'm assuming the younger membership is for it because it's
It's
dope
the
socially.
guys who walk around the locker room with no clothes on for 45 minutes, catch a steam,
big
and
old
just-
balls
and just-
hanging out.
just yuck it up with the boys. They're the ones like sit in the hot tub for 2 hours. Like those are the guys who don't like this.
Lifetime supply of talcum powder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It brings a lot of
yeah.
revenue, obviously, to
Yep.
the club. They get sick access to the tournament. They get badges. They can go wherever the hell they want. It's pretty cool. But
They can go down to the Valero. The same guys who are like members and care about access for that month, like they can do what the hell they want. They'll go to Houston next week or San Antonio next week or whatever.
I think Austin Country Club will allow them to play other courses while theirs is shut down.
Got it.
But these old fucks, like I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Who's here? Who's
It's
this?
just these old bag of bones,
You know what I think they should do? If they're that upset about like not being able to play, they should just qualify for the tournament.
Wow, that's a good call.
They should just become top 64 in the world.
Have they even thought about that?
I don't know. I mean, it just sounds like a real coming to Jesus talk we need to have.
One of the worst phrases of all time.
I know. Who made that? Is that even right?
I mean, it's correct. It must be Catholic. But
Okay.
I would say I understand not wanting it given the timing of the tournament. It's the third weekend in March, fourth weekend in March. So you're shut down during prime spring break weekends, which is probably good because it probably keeps like extra non-member traffic out to a certain extent. But that gives you one less place to be during South by Southwest, which is a nightmare logistically if you're not going to it. And assuming most of these members who are voting against would be voting against. It's also taking up one of the last few months where you can play every day comfortably, given no rain. So, like, if I'm looking at like, oh, the next time I can go play my course is the first week of April, you're like, oh shit, I've got 2 weeks before it's miserable.
Yeah, and I think it might be less than that. I think it's like 92 tomorrow.
It was 90 something yesterday in Dallas.
I told Alyssa and I were talking yesterday, like, you have like there's like maybe 10 days out of the year that you get where it's just great weather and there's not like a super wind or something that you're having to deal with. Like now, like over the last couple of weeks, it's been good, but like you go outside, it's gonna be breezy. My allergies are going crazy. You got a damn ear infection, Dylan. How's it doing?
Woke up with an ear infection.
It's just like you can't even enjoy outside. I want to move to the desert. I want to go live on Paiute.
It's too out there, man.
Well, I see here we've got some do's and don'ts of going to a tournament. I'm interested to hear this, and I'm wondering, is it match play style specific or just in general?
I think it's just in general.
Okay. How many we have?
I don't know.
I got a don't I'll throw out.
Give us the don't.
Don't number one.
Don't go on Sunday. Because there are two groups.
That's
church
definitely
goers
match play
and
specific.
non-churchgoers.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Come on, man.
That
there are two groups, man. So there's the championship matchup, and then there's what do they call it? They play for third. And it's saying that no one's out there. No one's out there.
Consolation.
Do they try to stretch the time that it takes on Sunday like over way too long? Does it still take up a full day's worth of event, or are they like out of there by 1 o'clock? I guess y'all don't go on Sunday, so who knows? But
they don't play two. Do they play 2 rounds on Sunday? I guess they might.
Yeah,
they
play
do.
they play the
They do.
semifinal.
Yeah.
Scottie Scheffler played 7 rounds of golf over 5 days.
no.
He's
Like,
now
that's
the
too
number
much
one,
golf.
number one player in the world, Scottie Scheffler.
That's a lot of golf. KJ.
3 wins in his last 5 tournaments.
You ever
Scottie
played 7
Scheffler.
rounds in 5 days? I bet you
I
haven't.
played 7 rounds the last 5 years.
Dude, I can't do 3 in 5 days. Like my body just hates it.
Saturday is a little bit more thinned out too.
I seriously commend the two of you for playing back-to-back rounds in Vegas. Like, you're a little bit of altitude, out of our normal climate, and then that was on the back of like being awake and traveling. Like, so I can only imagine if you're a professional like golfer, you've got all the like recovery things, but you're still traveling, dealing with all kinds of other bullshit.
I had your Theragun though.
I did travel with the Theragun.
He literally brought his Theragun.
Absolute due for any.
You hear about these?
I had to
plus
Theragun
30
Clay's hamstrings. I really did. We were doing it on each other. It's quite a scene. I
You
should
boys
have been
were
in there.
gonna give down deep tissues in your room.
We weren't given deep tissues. No,
You afraid to go deep on the tishy?
What are
I'm
your?
not afraid. No, it didn't happen.
Okay.
What about you, David? Give me a do or a don't.
You don't have to tuck your shirt in. You're not playing. Like just because you're at the course and it's a country club, like you're allowed to you're allowed to be out of dress code. You don't need to wear your golf shoes.
Oh yeah. Well, at one point, I think I was walking with you. I'm like, I just think it's funny how when guys attend golf tournaments, they dress like they're playing in the tournament. It's like, what are you doing, dog?
Dude, somebody said that to me. They go, oh, because one day Friday I wore a short sleeve button down. I was like, I'm not wearing a polo. Somebody's like, oh, dude, where's your golf polo? It's like, I'm not playing today. Like I'm not on the schedule.
I'm a spectator, sir.
Yeah, I'm just watching, man. I'm not going to hit a celeb shot.
Occasionally, you'll see some boomer wearing his golf shoes out there. He's wearing FootJoys.
You know
He
who I
needs the
saw?
traction to get up and down a little bit, though.
I mean, that's absolutely true. And you know who I did see out there doing that 3 years ago?
Oh no,
Ben Crenshaw.
Mm.
I saw Ben Crenshaw Gentle Ben in his gentle little golf shoes walking the course.
Were they Skechers?
Granted, no, I think they were like the old school kind. They didn't even look comfortable.
FootJoys.
Granted, he can probably had all the access. He probably could have walked with one of the groups if he wanted, but
Which, by the way, I own 2 pairs of golf shoes now, which if that isn't ridiculous, I don't know what is. I made like a panic purchase at a golf store before the trip because I own a pair. They're just in storage. So I went in there and I looked at the foot joists because those were next to the best quote unquote value for a one-time use. And I'm like, if I show up wearing some bowlers, I'm going to get laughed off the course.
I mean,
then I realized, oh, they've got like Nike Vapors or whatever the hell I went with, Land Sharks.
What'd those set you back?
Was the damage? Not as much as the slots did.
Oh, hey, man.
This guy gambles.
Yeah, man.
Okay. What other do's? What do you recommend? Because I've heard don't go on Sunday. Don't dress like they're counting my handicap for the day.
Yeah. Maybe you don't need to yell reference the University of Texas every time Scottie hits a tee shot. Maybe you don't need to heckle DJ, even though you like Scottie. I noticed some people were giving DJ a hard time. I'm like, dude, who heckles DJ? Everybody likes DJ.
When they were playing against one another in the finals or whatever, or competing.
Semis, yeah.
Semis, oh yeah. Does match play, I know the Ryder Cup lends to rooting more voice, whatever, loudly. Do you get any of that same sentiment in match play?
With Spieth and Scheffler, they have by far the biggest groups. Now, when Tiger played last year, he obviously had the biggest group, but the UT faithful show up for Scottie and Spieth, and they were quite loud, quite vocal. They're gonna be pressed with a serious issue here in about, I'd say, in the next 2 years when they're gonna have to choose between Jordan and Scottie. Can't have them both. There can only be one.
Scottie's stonk is pointed up for your boy.
How old is Scottie Scheffler?
24, 25. He's a tall lad. You know, he came up Highland Park. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, man.
He had a tough upbringing, man.
It is great to see that rise between him and Matt Stafford, like having 2 kids out of a university or a school
Just
like
a
that.
Small, humble town.
Clayton Kershaw as well.
Small town
I don't know
Texas.
if you know that.
Jeez.
Scottie actually used to be
Against
the ball
all odds.
boy on the Highland Park Scots baseball team. It's not true, I don't think.
Wow,
That'd be a great
They
tie-in.
don't have ball boys in baseball usually either. But yeah, I get it.
Maybe the bat boy.
Yeah, he used to cut grass at Dallas Country Club growing up just to make ends meet.
I almost thought you were being serious.
It's one place where they will not meet in Dallas. Scottie Scheffler. Do we project him to major? Like, should I start?
Yeah, you
putting down
absolutely.
some
He's won
futures?
He's won 3 tournaments this year.
He will absolutely win multiple majors.
He won the Arnold Palmer. He won Phoenix, and now he just won the match play.
Dude's got game.
He's an absolute weapon.
He's got mad game, dog.
This year's John Rahm. I'm saying like in reference to last year where Rahm fucking dominated all year.
He's not Rahm status. Rahm's kind of on a different level. But he's got time. He's the chef, man.
He's got to work on that.
He can play. He can play any course. Like there's not like he's long enough, and he's creative enough to where he could play anywhere and do well. And I think he's going to do really well at Augusta. That Scottie Scheffler top 10 finish at Augusta is probably a good bet.
Okay. Valero next week in San Antonio before the Masters. How many
No one plays it.
players? I was going to say, how many players sit this out? Because this used to be the old, whatever you call it, Byron Nelson slot, I believe.
Was it?
I feel
No,
like
it was Houston.
No, it's Houston.
was
Shell
always right
Open.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of guys thought it was a good tune-up for Augusta. Valero, you'll get guys who definitely guys who are not qualified to play at Augusta. We had a story, almost had a great story. Richard Bland, 49 out of England.
His game's just kind of.
He's short. He's 49.
It's kind of bland to me.
Okay, Dickie Bland.
See where I'm going with
it
this?
is a generic name.
You see this?
You see it? I got you. I got you.
Anyway, he lost to DJ in the Elite 8 in the round of 8. It would have been fun because he could have qualified. If he had won that match, it would have bumped him up enough to qualify for the Masters. He didn't, so he's going to play at Valero, try to win and get in. I don't know where he'd have to place to get in, but obviously if he wins, he's in the field.
Yeah, the big dicks who already qualified, they're not going to go to San Antonio.
Like who? Who's got the biggest one? You're thinking?
Shit, it might be DJ, man. I don't know. Tall alpha lad like
Let's
that.
do a dick draft.
Okay.
DJ.
Don't
Yeah,
mark that
I
down.
can see wanting to skip a par 72, 7,435 yard course focused on forced carries on only 2 holes.
Wow, dude, it's like you
That's
just
pretty
that was
good,
off
man.
the dome.
It definitely was not, but the Oaks at TPC San Antonio is apparently an attractive course. Is that near? What part of San Antonio is that near? This is not essential, but
I'm
just
not real
curious.
familiar with that city.
All I know is the La Cantera area, northwest San Antonio. You ever find yourself down there?
Yeah, I know a lot of dudes. Some of my
Beautiful.
pledge brothers are from the Heights. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they play Lock and Tear every summer.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, Masters 2 weeks out. Tiger was on the initial
He
email
was
that went out. What do you call that?
listed in the field, but
yes.
look, that doesn't mean much.
Okay.
Obviously, he's an auto qualifier. I mean, but
Will he be at dinner?
yeah, he'll go
He's
through all
definitely
that
gonna do
shit.
the
But
dinner.
I don't expect him to go out there and play.
So somebody,
I don't.
It
want
would
him
it would
to.
be quite the surprise. I think at this
he's
point.
social media has been a buzz the last couple days because he's been seen walking his home course.
I did see somebody reporting. Somebody was walking. They also saw the big catwalk, and I'm like, I love that we're damn near at, tail flight number level of like Tiger's return. Because I'm fairly sure, didn't he say like he was targeting next year's Masters?
I don't know.
I thought that was the report before this whole story came out. but
Maybe he's not going to go out there unless he feels he can compete. He's not going to go out there just to miss the cut. Like if he knows he won't be able to make it a full 4 days walking a very, very hilly course, he's not going to do it.
He
Who
won't
did
put that
we-
stress on himself without a chance.
just lose last year or recently due to death. Who
A
did the
number
op-
of people.
Who did the opening?
Norm McDonald,
Bob Saget passed away.
Taylor Hawkins, sadly,
Sadly.
over the
I was
weekend.
about to say, did y'all bring that up at all?
No, we didn't. And I
R.I.P.
feel like that
Taylor
was a
Hawkins.
disservice. Even though I'm not going to say I'm a big Foo Fighters guy, but
The Foo Fighters.
I always like Taylor Hawkins.
Dallas Fort Worth. Okay.
Is he?
Well, who was?
Okay. You
What I
want
was getting at there was I can't remember what we were talking about. Completely forgot. Tail flight numbers.
you're
Tigers.
saying
return.
who died?
Oh,
golf?
yes. Who did the opening tee shot? The ceremonial tee shot last year. Who passed away?
Oh, Lee Elder.
Lee Elder. Could we get Tiger to at least do a ceremonial tee shot, like at least on Lee Elder's behalf? Like for the clicks, at least I would tune in for that. Could we get one sweet swing?
I don't know what it takes to qualify for the first tee shot there, but it's usually like an old bag of bones,
For sure.
which
Well, he-
Tiger is not.
So
We know
Lee
that he's
Elder-
bagged and boned.
Lee Elder didn't actually take a tee shot because he's old. Like
Well,
he was
he's
not
dead now, but
well,
he's older
correct.
then.
He's not going to be taking it this year as he has passed away. But he was an
You want to add that
honorary
to the
starter.
sports party, KJ?
We should have saved Taylor Hawkins for the sports party. Damn it. I don't know. I'm just trying to say, like, can we get Tiger involved in a
Yeah.
way that would make me watch? Because I don't want him in a
He'll-
booth.
He's not bad in the booth.
Here's what's going to happen. He's in the booth. They would have to cut the cord to Tony Romo's mic, which he's not obviously on the call. But I don't need Jim Nance / Tony Romo / the guy that I really hate. Who's the South African
Faldo?
guy? Faldo.
He's not South
Alf-
African.
Yeah, not him. But yes, Faldo's who I'm thinking of.
Oh, you don't like the what were you thinking of?
I don't know. There's another guy who's always a little bit
Ian Baker
high-minded.
Finch, Australia.
Not Ian Baker Finch. Shouts to his family. Gorgeous family. Nice family. Daughter went to SMU.
Yeah, I know.
But
I've heard.
I don't know who I'm talking about, but there's somebody who's like second or third on the mic before like they go to Dottie, and that person sucks. I'll find the name, but I don't like that person.
Oh, he's got a real proper
That
South
person,
African.
yes.
Oh, he's yes.
I don't know who it is, but it annoys the hell out of me because he's definitely the type of person that's like, oh, you didn't fucking taste those undertones of leather and that $4 glass of cab. I'm like, no, but
Yeah,
I
that's
did
pretty
not.
specific. But yeah, I could kind of see where you're going with
He's the one who
that.
pissed his pants over like Bryson talking about carrying whatever hole that was at the U.S. Open a few years ago.
Can I say that the Valero Texas Open field is a little bit better than we gave it credit for? We've got number 8 Rory McIlroy. We've got Hideki Matsuyama. We got Bryson. We got Spieth, Abe Answer. Does that do anything for you? Tony Finau, Tom Hogue.
That's your guy.
KJ, that's my guy. And number 41, Corey
TCU
Connors.
guy? Hoagie's the
That's
TCU.
not
Hogan's,
bad.
yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay. Well, catch me in 2 weeks being interested in golf again.
And official golfer of Touching Base, or one of those pods we did, Kevin Toy.
Twy.
I can't remember which pod that was.
KT?
KT, yeah, KT.
Dude, KT's playing.
Yeah, dude.
He's sick.
Yeah, he didn't go to Rush. Hey, anything else on golf?
No, man.
Can we talk about our friends at Vizzy?
Vizzy, can't you see?
What's your vibe this summer? How about this spring and summer, or just all year? What's your
Like-
vibe? What are you trying to do?
I feel like you kind of know what my vibe is already, man.
Well, the folks at home don't.
I'm all about like sitting poolside, maybe some sweet tunes playing over my BTS, sipping that Vizzy hard seltz.
Do you think something with antioxidant vitamin C would pair well with that vibe?
Ooh, that sounds perfect. You have something in mind?
Vizzy hard seltzer. Yeah, you could probably see that coming, but it's the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C and bolded, delicious dual fruit flavors. Vizzy hard seltzer passes the vibe check, guys. They just launched their first nationwide mimosa hard seltzer. I have not tried.
I'm a little
this.
angry at Vizzy. I know like they've been great to us over the years. I'm angry with them. They haven't sent us any product in many months. And now they have this mimosa flavor out. They're
new
keeping it. They're just
studio.
keeping it from me.
Got
Like
that new studio coming out. Yeah.
I've not seen it in person. The labels look tight.
Do they
I
wanna
have seen
sponsor
the
our-
watermelon hard seltzers from the fall. Picked up a case of that.
they should sponsor our party we throw at the new
Ooh,
at the
yeah.
new crib at the People Cave.
Mm-hmm.
The People Cave. Hey, check this out. Vizzy's taken the classic OJ and champagne duo to a new level by creating a hard seltzer inspired by the classic cocktail. Vizzy Mimosa Hard Seltzer is made with real OJ and is going to come in 4 delicious flavors: strawberry, orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, and pomegranate orange. It's a lot of orange.
It sounds sick though.
Dude, the peach orange, I'm a peach guy. I do peach skyr yogurt in the morning. I do peach Vizzy. I'm going with the peach mimosa. I'm trying that one. What do you think?
That's a great idea.
They also have the lemonade hard seltzer. Don't sleep on that. That was my personal favorite
I've
going
been
into
stuck
this
on
year.
those for a minute. No sugar
too.
in those.
And the watermelon hard seltzers. Each variety pack offers 4 delicious fruit flavors and the same antioxidant vitamin C.
They have delicious flavor combinations like pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate, papaya passion fruit, watermelon strawberry, blackberry lemon, and raspberry tangerine.
Sadly for you, KJ, there's not a buck cherry lime yet.
That'd be a crazy sitch if they did that.
Okay. Try Vizzy hard seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. Vizzy is a vibe, Dylan. If you're like me and eager to try Vizzy hard seltzer, here's how you can do it. I know you guys have both been asking me. To find out where you can purchase Vizzy, go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. It's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. To get updates on their latest flavor drops and more, sign up for their emails at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. Must be 21 or older. A bracket, dude.
What happened to it?
Oh,
Is it in good shape?
It busted.
How about this real
Actually,
quick
it's-
before we do basketball brackets? Can you tell me which one of the three of us did not win the golf bracket? I know we don't have it up in front of us, but I heard this guy.
I picked Scottie Scheff for the win, and somehow I finished like in the 30s. So
Same. Absolutely
heck?
same.
What
I didn't
the
win
heck?
either.
All I know is Will told me I did not win, but Deep State Dippy was in there, and I really hoped.
Was that you? I was wondering who Deep State Dippy was.
I was really hoping that my that my picks were more successful. Note that if you put the wrong date of birth in on our website we just mentioned,
Oh, you're born
it
in the
sends you
future.
to do not serve underage.com
That'll stop them.
because I wrote this year's year. Anyways, continue on. Tell me about your bracket. Are those cocks still in the running?
Hey, give us the cock.
Cox
Adam.
got busted.
Show us the
man.
photo. Did you guys see these young lads? Fear the cock, their shirt says. That's
Okay.
hilarious, man.
Because it's a peacock.
Zoom in on the kid in the Patagonia hat's face if you can.
I was going to say that's the only one who's seen an areola in person.
I feel like these guys all work out at Lifetime, Dave.
I feel like the kid on the far right, he would be the one to see me. I would be back for like an alumni event in my college town, San Marcos, and he would be like, "Why is that fucking old guy here? He's creeping everybody out." Like, fuck, I'm just existing, dude. I'm over here with my family.
Oh my god! Hey, they had a nice run though, man. Shouts to St. Peter's. I don't know where that is though.
New Jersey. It's a small
Obviously.
school.
Obviously. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's better. It's okay.
That guy tries to sleep with everyone's girlfriend.
Almost exclusively Target is where you track down those mimosa versions. It looks like throughout the Austin area.
Son of a gun.
So, okay. There you go.
Hey, catch me at Target this afternoon.
Are you really going to go? Get some for the office.
Oh, my.
It'd be worth
He's
it.
not going
Be
anywhere.
worth it. Yeah, so basketball's happening.
Thank you.
Full admission, after SMU was in the NIT tournament, and then they subsequently just peed down their leg. I was
New coach, though.
Only invest. Yeah. We got Georgia Southern's coach, I believe, who tell me how quality your program is when they produce a graphic for a quote, like speaking positively about your incoming coach. That's great. You're like, hey, you're hearing good things. You know who our quote was from, saying great things about our future head coach, whose name I don't recall?
Eric Dickerson.
TJ Ford.
Oh.
Love Tej, man.
And I'm like,
Noted SMU alum.
exactly.
Put some respect on
Look
Tej.
at this fucking kid, man. Sorry. All these kids are like they're just maxing out on bench every day at Lifetime.
Now, the kid on the right's going to have a podcast in like 10 years, and he'll be the face of the pod. The guy on the left might cut the audio up for him.
Sorry to all our audio editors out there.
Okay. Very specific.
It's like Kenny Loggins in the crowd behind them.
When Duke beat Tech, it gave me that feeling that they're going to win out. Because I think I really think Tech was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I don't really see who beats Duke. Now, they do got to play UNC. Is that insufferable? That's a rivalry that I've always watched from afar and be like, oh, yeah, cool. I remember as a kid, watching those games. But I don't really care. I don't hate Duke as much as most people.
The Dukies.
Right, Dick Vitale.
I think the last time I watched it was when Zion busted out of his shoe. It was like the last UNC Duke game.
That must have been some
His shoes busted.
torque.
Yes. It's been interesting. I think the allure has always been like, what's the crowd? What like shenanigans the crowd's getting into? Being that this will be a neutral site in New Orleans, it'll probably be, it'll be crazy to see. But I feel like CBS, TBS, wherever you're watching this, GoCourt.com, like everyone's just edging to have the Coach K retirement event before and after every game. They're like, oh, this could be it. This could be it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me more about Pancho Bailero. Maybe not how you say his last name, because he looks great. Like he dominated the Tech game. Like it looked like an NBA player running around, which is stupid to say about somebody who's clearly a top 2 or 3 pick, but he was heads and shoulders above everyone there. Anytime he wanted to score, he could score. It wasn't just team defense like Tech had. So yeah, I don't know. I'm in, but I'm just not as enthralled as I might be.
So who do we have left? We have
Time out, Dylan. I'm sorry. Were you referencing Paolo Banchero?
Banchero.
What did I say?
It's not.
Is he Italian?
I say
Yes.
Pancho Bailero.
You said
you absolutely
Pancho-
butchered it. I think you said Poncho and Lefty.
You basically did.
I might have, mixed up the syllables. I
Paolo
don't mean that as an insult.
Banchero.
I just don't have it in front of me. I'm still tracking down where I
Paolo.
can find a Vizzy Mimosa hard seltzer pack.
I don't know if he's Italian, but that's a dope Italian sounding name.
He actually is an Italian-American basketball
Is he?
player. Correct.
That's pretty dope. That is dope. Shouts to him for crashing Coach K's post-game speech and, creating a meme for us.
Banchero.
It was a good meme.
You have Kansas, hard luck story, Kansas, going up against hot coach in Villanova.
Is their coach pretty hot?
Jay Wright, I believe, is quite
you know how
attractive.
Jay Wright is, David? What's your problem? Wake up, dude.
Jay Wright's a sexy human being. He's kind of got a little bit more of a mature Stefanski look.
Oh, that's right.
Or
Yeah.
ABC News' David Muir plus 20 years.
Let's just say George Clooney would play him in a biopic.
Yeah, that's a good statement. I like that.
Yeah. This is all fair. Or Coach Taylor.
No, it's George Clooney. Okay.
I feel like
Let's
he's
just-
a little
let's
bit more
move
Coach
on.
Taylor.
Even
Banchero.
comparing George Clooney and Coach Taylor, I feel like is an offensive. But hey,
Has Clunes ever done a sports movie?
Leatherheads.
Well, business is a sport.
I don't know what it was about, but at one point in time, yeah, I don't know.
That's true. Okay, I'm
Leatherheads
surprised you
is
didn't
the
know
movie.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, Basketball. Final Four this weekend.
Look, I don't know, man. There's Duke, Carolina.
Man.
Obviously, that's the game everybody wants to watch.
Does Coach K's run in with another UNC loss?
It might. That would be very poetic. A lot of people would like to see that, specifically North Carolina fans.
Right. Yeah, they are probably.
Everybody
they are
wants to
probably
be the
rooting
people,
for-
the team, the program that puts them out. Much like the Mavs ended Phil Jackson's career in 2011.
Give me Hubert Davis. That's who I'm going. That's who I'm
You riding with UNC?
rooting for. Hubert Davis.
He seems like a very nice guy.
well spoken for
Coach
sure.
K is a hell of a basketball coach.
I didn't
man.
say that. Definitely
Do you think he's famous?
infamous.
I think I'm just gonna start asking if these guys look famous, or are these guys famous?
Dude, the big story, dude. That poor dude, Justin Moore, tears his Achilles.
I'm sorry. I
The
overshadowed
Achilles
that.
is always the one they slow down and you can see it pop and you know exactly what it is, and it's horrible.
Man,
That's all I have on that.
how about speaking of Achilles, how about the dude at the pro day
Oh,
Did you see this?
Yeah, the outside linebacker.
who just tore his Achilles in front of, many scouts because as it was a pro day. And
What did he
they all
tear?
just stood around.
What did he tear?
I think his MCL, but I don't know what it was.
I thought it was
I'm,
Achilles.
I'm still imagining a situation in which he was performing in front of miniature scouts, like little people.
What did I say?
You said many incorrectly, but my brain immediately was like, "There's some convention
What
where
are you looking at,
pro
Adam?
scouts are all little people."
Hold on, Adam,
You said
you're-
in front of many scouts. and my
Oh.
brain
Adam's
was
got
just thinking
something.
very
I think there were multiple normal size scouts there.
Yes. I haven't been in the studio in a month. My brain is just all over the place.
Go ahead, Adam.
What's up, Adam?
I don't know. I was kind of laughing at the way
Oh.
Dylan was saying it. I don't know why that was.
Achilles?
He was laughing at how Dylan said Achilles.
How did I say it?
You said it.
Achilles?
Oh,
The first time you did say Achilles.
Achilles?
Emphasizing heel, and I don't know why that was just making me chuckle.
Achilles.
I thought you were gonna bust some Greek mythology out on us, and I was about to be like really fucking out of my depth.
Anyway,
I'm
what I was
big
trying to
into- I'm
say
big into
before I was
that.
very rudely interrupted by everyone in this room was that this poor young man was like rolling around on the ground in severe pain, and the scouts, everyone around him was just kind of staring, like, "All right, I guess we'll go on to the next guy now." It was sad, man.
I'm gonna find out who you're talking about because I know exactly who you're talking about, but what I'm typing into Google is not working.
Do you hate the Kansas fan
David
base?
Ojabo from Michigan, not
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
Do I hate the Kansas fan base?
These are two of the most hated fan bases. In fact, I would argue Kansas and Duke are 1A, 1B, the most hated. What do you do if it's Duke, Kansas?
The Cameron Crazies, of course.
Dude, no one's crazier. Those guys drink so much Sprite.
Uh,
They just seem like they don't party at Kansas. I know that's probably not true. I'm sure
I
it's
will
very
just
cool.
say Lawrence State. I think it's State Street or Free State. I don't know what it's called. Lawrence is a tight city. They've got like a great little drinking area, like all college towns do. But theirs, right outside of their arena, is pretty freaking dope.
Really?
Smith Arena, whatever it is. So give me thumbs up to Kansas, thumbs down to Bill Self.
There's a good chance I will never find out in person what it's like there.
Okay,
You don't think you'll ever roll through Lawrence?
Probably not.
this is why he didn't want to go fund me. Let the crowd pick next meetup locations because he want to find himself in Lawrence, Kansas. Trying to.
I'm not talking
forced to
down to it.
contact.
I would go. I'd go
Nothing's
to-
ever going to draw me to that city. You know?
I don't think there's a college town I wouldn't like want to go do a listener meetup in. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer not to do my own San Marcos or like Nacogdoches or something. No offense to the Nac.
Yeah, well, I'd do San Marcos 10 times over Nacogdoches.
Sure.
All offense.
We've got a Chimmy's.
Got the square.
Oh, yeah, there's a Chimmy's there.
Yeah, Chimtown. We're gonna go later.
God,
Get some, we're
Jimmy's.
gonna go get some ours.
There's a universe in which, like, Mangino Bear comes back from the grave of not coaching and brings Kansas back to college football playoff status. And somehow UT is playing them in a non-conference game and it's big. And you're like, let's go to Lawrence. This could slap.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I barely go to games that are.
I wouldn't want to go
3
watch
miles
Texas
away
play
from me.
Kansas
Have,
either.
have we nailed down the Alabama-Texas tailgate situation that's now like 4 months away?
God,
6 months away?
I wish that game wasn't going to exist.
Wait, where's that being played?
Austin, Texas.
Your backyard.
Oh, we got to do
You
something.
better Airbnb
What do
your
you want?
place now.
We
I don't know,
should-
go
we could-
watch
we
it.
could throw down at the office.
Go watch it somewhere. Ooh, that's not a bad
really
idea.
could. Once upon a time, I knew guys who did like a crawfish boil outside
It's kind of
their
a spot.
office.
It's kind of a vibe there.
It kind of is. More on this later. Actually, quite attractive. Okay, back to the rundown. What else do we have? Because we weren't even talking football.
Talking baseball?
You want to talk baseball real
Not
quick?
really, but I have it on the rundown. What happened this weekend with Texas and Texas Tech?
Texas played at Texas Tech over the weekend. 3-game series. Tech won the series 2-1. Game 1, the most ridiculous of the 3 games, as Texas Tech won in extras in the 10th inning, I believe, with a bases loaded stealing of home base to walk it off, which is very frustrating. Very frustrating way for your team to lose a game. Pitcher just wasn't paying attention.
More or less embarrassing than like an own goal to finish a hockey or soccer game.
Less.
This
Yeah.
one, though, the guy, he didn't even realize it till it was already over.
Till
It
the
wasn't
runner was,
like
like,
late
15
reaction.
feet.
He just didn't react.
15 feet from home plate. He had no chance
Or
once
like
he
a
realized what
center
was going
snapping a
on.
ball overhead to
Oh,
like a
God.
safety, like something that would cost the game in overtime. Like,
Yeah.
The same guy who stole home plate game 1, I forgot the dude's name, doesn't matter,
Chuck
hit
Billington.
a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 11th inning in game 2 to win.
jeez.
By the way, that field, let me get this out there, Cracker Jack field, that's a Little League field. I played on bigger fields when I was 13.
Oh, in Lubbock?
Oh, my
They've
God.
they've probably rebuilt it, but
It's 327 to left, and it's not even like a high fence. It's just
saying.
it's a Cracker Jack field, man. Get out of here with that shit.
Does Parks do Cracker Jacks?
I
Is that
don't
a
think-
thing
I
they're
don't
still
think
doing?
He knows about those yet. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I ever get back.
It's the great game, KJ.
So yeah, tough couple games, man. A lot of shit talk on the TL. People were adding me. Didn't like that so much. I called a couple guys losers and dorks who were coming at me,
yeah.
as they were.
Yeah, I mean, you
Losers
didn't
and
slap
dorks.
them.
I would have.
Like the bar.
My new thing on Twitter is if someone's talking shit to me, I tell them to drop a pin so I can track them down and just whip their ass. They drop me a pin, dog.
This guy.
Does Twitter have
fun
that
for me.
function?
It's fun for me.
Yes.
You can screenshot your app.
Yeah, you sure. It's a
know,
lot of work,
drop
but
me
if
a
you
pin.
really want the smoke
I'll
bad
just show
enough-
up like, hey,
Tell them to go stand outside near
Where's-
their street sign and take a selfie by the
say,
street
where's
sign.
where's Tech Fan 38924? I'm ready to whip your ass.
You're arguing with all of Landry's like burner accounts.
Well, the problem is like Aztec guy will at me
Right.
or Landry,
Mhm.
and then like other Tech fans will see.
I
the
noticed that,
interaction,
too.
Like, okay, here we go.
Some
I
dude
don't-
called you like he was like, "Oh, cry a little bit more. You're
Yeah.
salty."
Someone told me to cry and then call me a boomer.
I looked at his.
Like, okay, like go fuck yourself, kid. I'll fucking whip your ass. Who are you?
But
Hey,
there's
I'll whip your
nothing-
kid's ass too. He's in your picture. I see him. I'll whip his ass too.
Nothing in your profile would like give away, oh, this guy is significantly older than his like podcast co-hosts. So for him to like come out of the corner and be like boomer, like clearly.
I'm squarely a millennial. There's a generation between me and boomers.
I was hoping I
actually.
would be able to slide that.
no, doesn't work like that.
Anyway,
Hey.
Texas ruled Texas Tech in Game 3.
Okay.
Oh.
People somehow that didn't make my timeline. People weren't talking about that.
Oh, I
wonder why that
retweeted it.
is.
Yeah, it's
Oh, no,
weird
I
how that
saw you.
happens.
I
By the
s-
way, the Hispanic Titanic, Ivan Melendez,
Yeah.
he's on an absolute fucking tear.
Well, they need more than him.
What do we have?
They have more. They mashed the ball. Their pitching really failed them over the weekend.
Well, they lost the
mashed.
race. Remember?
Of course, when you play in a little league field, it's easy to hit
What?
home runs, but they hit a bunch of them. He hit 3 over the weekend. Again, they ruled Texas Tech Game 3.
Okay.
Can I say that the top 25 is littered with Texas teams coming in at 25? Dallas Baptist University, DBU.
they're in Dallas?
Some say
Jason.
the campus looks like Hogwarts.
they're in Dallas.
It's a good campus.
Great
Mountain Creek
campus.
Lake. Can't swim in it because it's an old naval
It's a
station.
power plant like fucking cesspool.
Number 20, the Texas State Bobcats.
Okay.
You want to talk about bats? That's pretty much
Top
all
20?
we have. Top 20.
Really?
T-State. Then you got TCU at number 11. You got
Bears.
Texas at 8. You got Tech at 6. That's pretty salty.
Tech is
Yeah.
number 6.
Yeah.
Good for them. Athletic department's putting some things together.
That's probably the only time up until Omaha happens that we'll mention college baseball, but I'm glad we did it.
Unless somebody, mostly just, what's the Hispanic actual name?
Ivan Melendez, or maybe Yvonne.
Open invitation Mr. Melendez, we would welcome your presence on the podcast as a guest at any time. And we'd be interested in chatting an NIL deal, maybe like an exchange for Rambler for your time.
He specializes in piss missiles. That's all he hits. He hit one
Pistols.
He hit one 493 against South Carolina.
Yeah, with the metal bat though.
Dave, you don't
Did
understand.
it carry
metal
493 or like?
Yes.
They were metal bats too.
No,
They took pop out of them years ago. This is a known thing.
They're just metal.
More of a stickball guy. Okay.
Hitting over 400, by the way. The Titanic, that is.
Dylan, did you go to the gym this morning? What did you wear? Just answer the question. What did you wear?
I'm still wearing the shorts in which I worked out.
Inseam on these things are making me
They are made by 10,000.
quite interested.
KJ,
It's
you
a
wanna-
7-inch,
you wanna
KJ.
get a closer look?
I've
put
been-
your-
I've been
no.
staring
Get a
from-
good look.
Don't put your ass in KJ's
KJ
face.
wanted to look.
I've been looking the whole
Are
episode.
those the interval shorts?
These are 10,000. Yeah, David, come on.
10,000 shorts. 10,000. We love them. I worked out in the shirt yesterday. It's very breathable.
Love their
I
shirts.
didn't stink at all.
They're long sleeve shirts. I go brazy with those things, man.
They make the highest quality, best fitting, and most comfortable training shorts I've ever worn. They've got the 7-inch interval short, which I'm a fan of. They've got the versatile shirt. The interval short, that's their most popular and their most versatile style. Perfect for gym days, spinning, short runs, hit, and backyard workouts. You ever work out in your backyard?
Yeah. I did
Yes.
not long ago, actually.
I like to pop top and go out there.
Oh, yeah. I get the bands out
Get
there.
the vitamin D, get the bands.
Bands maker
Throw some-
bands.
Right, some kettlebells around.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Tons of features like silver ion for odor protection. No bounce pockets, Dylan. You've had that problem. Bouncy pockets. You always got shit in your fucking pocket. Breathable and lightweight shell fabric, no bounce foam pocket, and an optional liner that is very comfortable and prevents chafing, something we've all struggled with.
Chafing can be a
Chafing
problem.
stinks. Do not chafe.
Literally.
It's not great. It's the perfect, dude, the versatile shirt. It's the perfect workout shirt. That's what I worked out in yesterday. It's lightweight, breathable, and durable. I've washed it probably 50 times, and it's same quality. It's not fraying or anything. In addition to the interval short, they make great gear specific to other types of training, from running to Olympic lifting to boxing, so you can find a short for all the ways you train. The brand believes in being better than yesterday, a stoic dedication to continuous improvement, not overnight success. They've got a team of over 200 athletes. You're one of them, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
They test their gear to ensure perfect design, fabric, trims, and fit. Free shipping, free returns, and a lifetime guarantee. I love that. 10,000 is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase. Go to 10,000.cc/bang. That's 10,000.cc/bang to receive 15% off your purchase. 10,000.cc/bang. Check it out. Football, huh?
Tyreek Hill got traded last week. We talked the Deshaun Watson trade last Monday, which, to that point, it's the most, not ridiculous, but headline deserving story of the offseason. Dylan and I were chopping it up, if you will. It's a little business lingo. We're talking through that contract. It's just more ridiculous the more you learn about it, realizing basically like $239 million guaranteed. His first year of his deal, or it might be less than that, but the first year of his deal is a $1 million contract against the cap, not only for the team's benefits, but also in the event he likely gets suspended for 4 games, 6 games, whatever. You're not losing 4 to 6 games worth of $200 million or whatever it would be, $40 million a year. He's losing a few $100,000. Very interesting. But we also did see the follow-up that there was a second grand jury that could potentially charge him with or bring charges against him. Decided not to charge any more criminal charges. He's still in the midst of going through additional depositions for the civil suits, but they did a press conference. They felt good enough to roll him out there to a press conference on Friday, to which he, defended his innocence, and was the first time he publicly had talked in the last 2 years really about it.
Man.
And your thoughts?
I'm just thinking about those depositions and the civil suits and how there's just going to be a slow drip of embarrassing stuff that he has to cop to, like during the season. Maybe before.
Yeah. I have a
But-
feeling that if his lawyers are probably trying to push the gas on this, like get this.
They should be,
Yeah.
yeah. But Yeah, man. That's that one is still just insane to me. It's such a gamble. I mean, not even talking about like ethically speaking, but if you're Cleveland, like just gambling
Don't-
on that dude.
Don't question alert. None of that stuff that comes out in depositions will be made public, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Could.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
sheesh.
think there's any like grounds for. I'm just talking
A gag order.
Yeah, like I was gonna seal it.
No, it likely will at some point.
Are you saying like within the deposition he would have to cop to requesting a gag,
mean-
like ordering a gag?
And no one can do what you do.
I'm just trying to clarify
thought
what
you were
happened here.
serious. That's how he gets his massages, with just a gag ball in his mouth. It's the worst way to get a massage.
All right, I'm gonna start on my back.
Can we
You
talk?
go ahead and-
Can we talk about somebody who has just never done anything wrong? Tyreek Hill.
That's true. From one just gem of a human being to the next, Tyreek Hill got traded for a lot. The Dolphins had a ton of draft capital, if you will, just picks. I don't know if you're paying attention to draft capital is what we call it.
I call it decap. That's what I call it. Dylan,
And
what's your problem?
he was coming up on his final year of his deal, so the Chiefs were going to have to negotiate a deal for him. As we're all aware, the Chiefs have given Patrick Mahomes all of the money in Kansas City. So they can still afford to pay, I think Travis Kelce's already gotten paid. They've struggled to kind of piece things together defensively as things currently stand. So paying Tyreek Hill on top of what they're already paying Mahomes, Kelce, and a couple other pieces. I think Chris Jones last year. It was kind of a foregone conclusion. Most likely he was going to have to go somewhere else. So unlike the Cowboys, even though they didn't have the type of leverage that the Cowboys seemingly didn't realize they had, they walked away with a first, a second, I want to say a third, and maybe a sixth from the Dolphins, and like a fifth next year, a ton of picks. And now the Chiefs, if they draft wisely, I mean, really, you go out and get like a Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Alabama, or just somebody with speed to kind of at least maintain the ability to stretch the field vertically. You don't have to have as much success
Taekwon
hitting
Thornton?
him.
Where was Miami slated to draft in the first round?
Oh, they had 2 firsts, I want to say, and I think this was a 23rd pick or
Okay.
something like that. Not super
mean-
early, but not. I mean, still great.
They can go get the best receiver available in the draft, but
Yeah.
this offense is going to change dramatically.
Absolutely. They did sign Juju Smith-Schuster, to which the go-to Twitter response was, "Good luck, Jackson and Juju, with your TikToks all year next year."
It's gonna happen. It's gonna do numbers, and it's gonna suck. I can just see it now.
We get a knock on the door 5 minutes from now, and it's Jackson Mahomes saying he wants to bring his content and his following to the Wash Media Network, and he'll cut
Can't.
a hometown deal on account from being from Texas. Would you say your visions just don't quite
I
align?
just feel like, I mean, we got dudes on Twitter calling Dylan a boomer. I feel like I don't want to hear what his audience has to say about us. I don't want to hear it. That audience is not, the people who enjoy that shit are not going to enjoy us.
Imagine being a fan of that. Like, what's wrong with you? You know,
You could say that about 90% of TikTok.
Like we would
his
be,
are especially cringe.
Correct.
be setting ourselves up for some sort of like just full blown, what do you call it, civil war of sorts, where it's just like, I feel like if anyone would win favor there, like I could see like Jackson and one of the Fuller sisters doing TikTok dances and creating content. And again, those 2 audiences combined would boo the rest of us off the island.
Yeah.
Maybe
Shout
Randy
out to Outgoing
survives.
Without Going Out. Check them out.
Great shows, by the way. I've taken my first drive from Dallas to Austin in quite some time. It's usually when I do my pod listening. It was my first delve into their content. Quality stuff. Quality stuff. Maybe not for me, maybe not by me, but I enjoy it.
Not for you, by you.
It's not FUBU, but I enjoy it.
Are you worried about the Dolphins as a fan of another Florida team?
I'm worried about anyone in the AFC that's has to be in a position to be like, okay, let's say we screw around and have a good year, specifically the Jaguars. it's not that far-fetched to be like, okay, we get a little bit better, you're going to beat the Texans twice. You should. I think split games, embarrassingly. You get a little bit better, and maybe even split with the Titans. Definitely can beat the Colts twice. Like, we can stumble our way.
Whoa, definitely.
Absolutely. Who's their quarterback?
About to be Baker.
Okay, well,
I don't
we'll
know if
see.
that's true.
Well, no, Colts just got somebody actually, right? Didn't they? Matt Ryan's their quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happened last week too. But I think the Jags
Yay.
can screw around and be better than the
Matt
Colts.
Ryan's a good quarterback. Dylan, not impressed.
Fine. He's fine.
I see
fine.
Matt Ryan and I see confidence in being able to manage my wealth and assets. That might be offensive. Don't run down the rest of the quarterbacks in the league.
He does look like he looks like a
dork.
dude, a really, really good college player that doesn't make it in the pros, goes back to his college town and gets like a really nice commercial real estate job
And
or something,
crushes.
and just kills it. Like he's got a membership at ACC. He's living it. He's doing it. He's not making like NFL money, but he's doing better than most.
And but he's able to like pick up his kids, and he'll say like, "Oh, I'll be able to play football." with
Just
my
a
kids in
better
the backyard." So
lifestyle.
it's just, I really appreciate that more than I would have. That
Yeah,
life.
I just just the grind of it. Just not being with my family has nothing to do with the lack of
Well,
talent.
the Colts just keep plugging the same guy in and hoping something else is going to happen. Something different's going to
You
happen.
think there's a consistent trend between Matt Ryan, Philip
Rivers.
I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, and Carson Wentz last year.
Yeah.
Who did they have before that? Jacoby. And
Jacoby was in there.
but he was there for a year, and then before that you had Luck.
Andrew Luck.
So yeah, they are trying the same over and over. Good, best of luck to them. I hear great things.
Shout out to their families.
So yeah, that's where NFL is. We've got the draft about a month out, so probably not much more.
Dude, Washed
Between now
Media
and
Draft Extravaganza at the new office. Why did I say that like that? Extravaganza.
We're gonna do our mock drafts. You'll see them online probably in 3 to 4 years. Our big boards, if you will.
Show us your big boards, Daddy.
Oh, future. Let's knock out the sports party things that are NFL related.
Let's rock.
Wow, it's already time?
It's the section where we party. Sports party, that is.
Right.
Shout out to the family of Taylor Hawkins. Trump
You don't have to
fighters.
do a death reference every time we do the sports party. It's just a normal party.
People pass. I think we should remember them and party in their
Okay,
honor.
well, at least weave it in so it's seamless.
Hello. Hard Knocks has been announced to be covering the Indianapolis Colts next year, Detroit Lions next year. I screwed that up.
Like that video you sent me? Oh, Hard Knocks. Sorry.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I
Detroit
don't know.
Lions,
Getting antsy. I'm
not
very
only
tired.
getting Hard Knocks, but also getting the NFL draft, I believe. They got
2024,
You got to
right?
give them something.
I can't wait. We should go up
Like-
to Detroit for the draft. It just be the dudes just yelling.
I don't see that happening, Dave.
Okay.
More on the transfer portal news here in a moment. And then the other NFL note, I might have already moved it, was the Chiefs note. So yeah, there's your NFL notes. How old is Albert Pujols?
He is 58 years old.
Like,
No,
is
I don't
he
know,
one of the
but
people we
he's-
don't actually know? Like,
Like Julio Franco.
yeah.
Well, what
Like,
does
he
that
could-
mean?
Like he's either
Which people?
like he ranges from 38 to 47. Like he's somewhere in that zone. I don't know, man.
Adrian Beltre, how old was he?
38.
Exactly.
Well, we don't know because we don't know. I believe there's a. Never mind. Let's
He's
just move
42.
on.
42.
Okay, man, you don't have to keep playing. You've done pretty well for yourself.
How many home runs away from
Go
700?
see your fam. Oh, is that what we're doing here?
I think so.
Legacy chasing.
I feel like he's
Don't
wise
care.
to try to continue playing long enough to where his eligibility for the Hall of Fame might outrun the anti-PED crew.
I think KJ just nailed it.
679. So
He's never
21
been proven.
So many home runs.
Never been proven PED.
21 away from 700. So you got to think that has something.
He's
to do
not
with
built like someone who was on roids. He's built like someone who's just like been. I don't know. Like, oh, you hear my tummy?
Was that your
Mine's been
I
going
thought the
crazy.
people next door were talking.
it.
That was
Mine's
weird.
been,
It sounds like a.
yeah. Some might be stricken from the list of lunch options.
Is Mike in there just making noise? Jersey Mike?
I told Mike to spit on it, please, and I think he followed through with the request.
I mean,
KJ just stays mad horny.
it's
Your
Mike's
boy's
way.
been cooped up in a house, in an apartment even,
With a
much
kid,
smaller environment,
about to have
toddler,
two.
and a quite pregnant, wonderful, amazing, smart, intelligent wife.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, it's super awesome, man. I might pull over at a truck stop and throw a lizard in my car on the way back. Anyways, Kevin Burkhardt, generic sports guy.
You gonna go to Boosie's?
Occupied for like 12 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Is now
Kevin Burkhardt.
NFL.
Is that how he
Fox
sounds?
on NFL. He's their main guy.
He's not bad. He does. He's not gonna like. I'm not gonna tune in for K Burke, but not
I
gonna
won't tune
tune
out.
out.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Okay, Bert. Yeah.
Kev. Yeah. His dad actually. He's got a couple of law practices.
I think it is weird that they have not announced who the color analyst will be that's partnering with him. So he was with Greg Olson for the past few years, and Greg Olson was okay. But I wonder if they're either still talking through a deal with Greg Olson or angling for someone better. I don't know who's left. But I do enjoy following this kind of reshuffle.
My name's Greg Olson. Love Creed.
U.S. men's national team, which I always see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I see it.
I do too. That's very cool. I do too.
Embarrassed Panama.
Can you believe that one of them did that with the Sistine Chapel? He painted that ceiling.
It's the 16 Chapel, dude.
Can you believe that happened?
Yeah.
Michelangelo.
I
Don't look at me. I've heard this joke
I
before.
I follow.
It's just weird.
I don't really
Pulisic had a Hattie.
grasp
Bro.
the schedule and qualification for the World Cup, but I do appreciate that we shamed not Roy, Lefty, what's his name? Sorry, Phil Mickelson into oblivion for saying like, hey, yeah, the Saudis killed a guy. We know it, but they're going to pay us. And here we are, like, I believing ourselves to go and playing in Qatar, like, happily.
Yeah. Now the Saudis did do 9/11.
That's true.
Um,
But they did it like tastefully.
just like a rogue intelligence op. I'm sure nobody else had anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
but Matty B was the mastermind behind the whole operation.
Uh,
They just carried it out.
who did we say was the original Matty B recently?
The Ferrari.
Oh yeah, Matteo.
headman.
Matteo.
Matteo.
Whatever his name is.
Speaking of the
He
Saudis,
is. He's much older. And to our knowledge, did not have anything to do with the 9/11 terror attacks. Dylan?
We can't prove that he didn't.
on laps 9 through 11 in Saudi Arabia this weekend,
Okay.
I believe Ferrari was in the lead. I watched very little once again. I will do better, maybe. But what is y'all's takeaway from the start of the F1 season?
I need Mercedes to fix whatever issues they have. Maybe get some wiper fluid in there, whatever it is they need. Because I need Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. I need 3 teams that are all competitive.
This wasn't it. Was Red Bull was a team that didn't have a car finish, right?
Week 1.
Right. So
Bahrain.
This line item is a bit confusing because it says, "Will it be Ferrari v Red Bull all year long?" But Mercedes finished 3-4.
Ignore my note because I was just writing as y'all were talking earlier.
Okay.
That wasn't
Max won yesterday, overtook Leclerc.
Oh, did he?
with
Okay.
3 or 4 laps to go.
Thank you. I did not know that.
Yeah. So it looks like Ferrari and Red Bull to my
Was Ferrari
novice eye.
up there yesterday?
Yeah, they're in. I think they were 2 and they might have been 2 and 3.
Let's fucking go.
I should probably know
Do
that.
you know I'm Team Matty B and Ferrari? Their cars are so dope this year.
What color are they?
They're red, always.
That wasn't even a colorblind thing. I just feel
No,
like you made a lot about how cool their cars look, and I'm like, they always look red to me. They just look the same.
No,
I'm not as
the
good.
whole design is like drastically different.
I haven't.
They
looked
have
at
these
them.
big ass side fenders, and they got these little gills in the side. They look dope.
Are those the
man.
ones with look like you pour water in it? I don't know. They look deep as shit. I know Mercedes has a similar thing going
You're
on.
thinking of a glass?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, I went Red Bull, Ferrari. That's your podium. Max,
Let's
Leclerc,
go.
and
Ooh.
Sainz.
Let's fucking go.
Before we do run it back, can we do a little breaking news? Do we have any sounders on the board?
Oh yeah, of course
Since
you do.
we alluded
KJ.
to earlier, I want to
Who's
go ahead and get this out of
transferring?
the way.
When my team wins a big game, it's good.
Okay, let's go.
Following up on the news that David alluded to earlier about me not being able to just come bask in all the glory that is the poly community here in Austin, Texas. I know there have been a lot of rumblings, both online, locally, and in my stomach about where I would be moving this summer. I've informed the crew of late. Decision was made that, contrary to popular expectation, including my own and my own initial plan, Your boy will be moving to the Big Ten country in the hometown of the Wisconsin Badgers at Madison, Wisconsin, effective May, sometime in May. That is my news.
You better pack your jacket.
I did not bring a selection of
Yeah,
hats.
you should.
But I'd like to just make my announcement, make my commitment. It's red. We can fucking Photoshop in a W. So yeah, that's the news. Little breaking news. You guys
This
were.
guy's moving to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Don't love it.
It's not a, we're not purchasing land and building the family farm, but obviously it will impact my physical ability to be Super H on a weekly basis here in the studio. But tune in for further detail on how H I can be from afar. Who knows?
I think you've proven you can be pretty H from anywhere.
Maybe I'll just drive 3 hours into Chicago and be Super H in the crank corner, on occasion with them.
Ooh, Brad moved to Oregon.
What? Fuck, I didn't know that.
Brad took a job with Nike.
Oh,
I think that's public.
convenient.
Yeah, it is.
Very convenient. Things I didn't know.
We're going to
Talent
miss you,
reorgs.
man.
I
Are you going
will.
to keep driving down here every week for the podcast?
I considered it. I mentioned in the group text today that I almost flew down today for today's show because I had a flight credit had to use for the end of the month, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just burn it." Couldn't find a rental car. Thanks NASCAR. Thanks a lot, golfers. Not an option. So, your boy will be making regular
Who
trips.
could have picked you up? Or Adam could have
I'm
picked
glad
you
that I
up.
didn't, based on the scene that's going down at ATX Airport. Anyway,
That's
So,
a problem.
Let's run it back.
Dylan, run it back.
Let's run it back. The segment during which we talk about what we already talked about. If
What?
you put the ball in play against, you got any fucking music for me, dude? Like,
Yeah.
I'm over here like an idiot. With
Give us a little
no
bed over
background.
here. No vibes. No nothing.
What do you guys want?
Give me something vibey. Just type in like vibey jam and hit play. See what happens.
Shouts to my mom for sending me a meme that says "We don't talk about Jada" with Will Smith's face poorly photoshopped in onto Bruno.
She crushed that. I bet that's all over Facebook.
Yeah. She's a big fan of "We don't talk about Burrow" too.
All right, let's just run it.
Do you
back.
want some chill hop?
Yes.
We don't talk about Burrow. No.
Well, can you give me a few minutes or a few seconds? to let this
I'm
ad
giving
run?
you like a live acapella song here.
Let's run it back. Is it playing?
He's got his computer muted.
Is it playing?
There we
Okay, if you put the ball in play against 6-year-olds, you are getting on base. These old bag of bones at Austin Country Club don't like the tournament being there and might vote to move it moving forward.
I would simply qualify.
KJ and Dylan did not give each other deep tissues in Vegas, but Dave and Flounder did.
True.
Drop a pin for Dylan and be ready to catch hands. Taking no prisoners. The Hispanic Titanic stays mashing. KJ would, once again, like to celebrate the passing of someone. And finally, KJ is horny. I should probably add that KJ will be transferring to the Wisconsin Badgers, but will not be commuting down here weekly for the podcast, as it is a very long commute.
So, if you got any wrecks around the Madison area, send them to me. I will probably forget them, ignore them, and then ask for them again at some point in the future.
You should do a pod with J-Bone where he just tells you places to hang out.
Honestly, I thought that it was Duda that had gone to Wisconsin. You reminding me that it's J-Bone. I'm a little bit more hesitant about this excitement. I really thought this was a Duda.
Duda's a Michigan State guy. Brad, Michigan.
Yeah, that makes sense. I knew
House
this now.
divided, pod divided, really.
Oh, all right. Well, we've gone long.
We'll see you next week. Back in stew, KJ.
Bye-bye.
Next week, right? Yeah.
Remote. Yeah. I'll still be right.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.